Now in this class we'll see the proof of Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Here we have a statement: every square matrix A satisfies its own characteristic equation. See here, square matrix. Square matrix means rows and column for that matrix will be equal. So that will be called as square matrix. Its characteristic equation means characteristic equation will be given by A minus lambda I, determinant must be equal to 0, will be the characteristic equation. Now we prove this Cayley-Hamilton theorem in this class. So let us see the proof for this. Here we have taken matrix A. Let us suppose let A be a square matrix. Square matrix means rows and column will be same. Let A be a square matrix of order n. Order n means n number of rows and n number of columns are there. N row, n columns. Those two will be same. Then only it will be a square matrix. Now, then its characteristic equation will be A minus lambda I, determinant must be equal to 0, is a characteristic equation. This is the characteristic equation in lambda. Here lambda is a scalar quantity or parameter, we can say, right? Determinant of A minus lambda I is a characteristic equation in lambda. So here I can say that this A minus lambda I is a polynomial. If we expand this, it will be a polynomial. A minus lambda I will be a polynomial in lambda of order same as order of the matrix. Order of the matrix A. So that is n. N will be the order of this A minus lambda I. Now in that case we can suppose this A minus lambda I as determinant of A minus lambda I. Determinant will be a polynomial. So let us take that polynomial as minus 1 power of n into lambda power n plus A1 lambda power of n minus 1. Reduce the powers of lambda. Take A2 lambda power n minus 2 plus A3 lambda power n minus 3 and so on up to an. Let us suppose this determinant of A minus lambda I matrix will be of this form. Now we can prove this Cayley-Hamilton theorem by a property. Let me write down that property, that is A into adjoint A. A into adjoint A is equals to det A into identity matrix. This is the property that we have known. We know this A into adjoint A is determinant of into I. Now replace this A by A minus lambda. Now replace A by A minus lambda I here. This will become A minus lambda I matrix into adjoint of A minus lambda I. Replace A by A minus lambda I equal to A minus lambda I determinant into matrix I, or we can say In of order n, or take directly I only. Now here this adjoint of A minus lambda I is also also a polynomial. This will also be a polynomial in lambda, but its order is less than n. So is also a polynomial in lambda of order less than n, will be n minus 1 or less. So this will be a polynomial in lambda of order n minus 1 or less. Let us take this adjoint A, adjoint of A minus lambda I polynomial as sum b0 b0 lambda power n minus 1. Since order is n minus 1, so highest power is n minus 1. So b0 lambda power n minus 1. Next term will be b1 lambda power n minus 2. Here we have 0, then here I'll get n minus 1. b1 n minus 2 plus b2 lambda power n minus 3 and so on up to we'll get bn, right? We'll get bn minus 1, not bn, because order is n minus 1. So before this bn minus 1, I'll take one more value, that is bn minus 2 lambda power 1. So let us take this adjoint of A minus lambda I will be of this form, starting from lambda power n minus 1 to constant bn minus 1. Here these two must be same, n minus 1 and bn minus 1 constant. Now put these values in this equation. Let us take this as equation 1. Now put the value of adjoint A here. So I'll get A minus lambda I into, I have adjoint of A minus lambda I, so I'll put this value here. So this will be multiplied to this A minus lambda E into this matrix is equals to this is equals to, we have determinant of A minus lambda I. So determinant of A minus lambda I will be of this form. So take it this from here. This into matrix I. These two should be equal, right? Now we have substituted adjoint of A minus lambda I into det of A minus lambda I. Now multiply this term, multiply A into all the matrix terms. So multiply A with this term. So I'll get A B 0 lambda power n minus 1 plus multiply A with B1. So I'll get A B1 lambda power n minus 2 plus A B2 lambda power n minus 3 and so on up to, plus we have A bn minus 2 lambda power 1 plus A bn minus 1, right? We have multiplied A with this term. Now I have multiplied A. Next I am going to multiply this minus lambda I to the terms of this polynomial. So this term with this term will give me minus, I'll get minus sign. So lambda I into b naught will be I into b naught will be b naught only, right? Lambda, here we have lambda power 1 into lambda power n minus 1. will give me, here we have lambda power 1, lambda power n minus 1 will give me lambda power of n. Next, this term multiplying lambda I with the second term, then I'll get b1. First of all, I'll get minus sign minus b1 lambda power n minus 1. Since we have lambda power 1, n minus 2 plus 1 bases are same, power should be added. So I'll get lambda power of n minus 1. Next, I will get multiply with this term, I'll get minus b2, right? b2 lambda power n minus 2 and so on. I'll get bn minus 2. Here I'll get bn minus 2 lambda into lambda will be lambda. Here we have lambda square. This will become lambda square plus here minus sign will be there. Next we have minus bn minus 1. I'll get bn minus 1 into lambda. Right, we got these terms. For the LHS side, that must be equal to this right hand side. Right hand side will be as it is. This term will be copied as it is. Now we got the equation. Now comparing the coefficients of lambda power of n, lambda power of n minus 1 and lambda power, comparing coefficients of lambda power n, lambda power n minus 1 and so on up to lambda power 0, that is constant. So lambda power of n, here see, here we have lambda power of n, value is minus b naught is equals to, on the lambda power of n, here we have coefficient as minus 1 power n into I, this side. Here we have I, here we have minus 1 power of n. So we are comparing the coefficients on both sides. So the first equation that I am getting is this, minus b naught and minus 1 power of n into I, this side. Now compare the coefficient of lambda power of n minus 1. Here I have lambda power n minus 1. So coefficient is a p0. Here lambda power of n minus 1 value, here lambda power of n minus 1 coefficient is minus, let me write down it clearly, a b0 minus b1 is equals to, here I have minus 1 power of n, lambda power of n minus 1 is here, second term, so coefficient is a1 into I. Similarly, lambda power of n minus 1 coefficient, lambda power of n minus coefficient is ab1 minus b2 is equals to, we have minus 1 power of n a2 into I. Similarly, we'll get some more terms for this. At last we'll get constant. What is the constant here? Constant will be without lambda. This side I have an minus 1 power of n into an into I, and this side the constant will be abn minus 1, abn minus 1. Here we have n minus 1. Here see, here this term abn minus 1 is the constant term here, So that will be a b n minus 1 is the constant. Now if we look at this coefficient, copy these coefficients. Now what we'll do, we'll multiply this equation by a power of n. Multiply this coefficient by a power of n. This will now become minus a power n b0 is equals to minus 1 power of n a power of n I. Matrix, we know that any matrix A into I will give you same matrix A only. So leave that I matrix. Now similarly, multiply this equation by a power of n minus 1. So this will give us a power of n b0 minus a power of n minus 1 b1 is equals to minus 1 power of n a1 into a power of n minus 1. Now multiply this equation by a power of n minus 2. That will implies a power of n minus 1 b1 minus a power of n minus 2 b2 is equals to minus 1 power of n a2. We have a power of n minus 2 and so on. At last multiply this equation by identity matrix. So this will become same a b n minus 1 is equals to minus 1 power of n a n I matrix. Now add this term. Now add all the terms this side. Add all the terms. Now we are adding all the terms. Then we see that, look at here, this term will get cancelled with this term. This term will cancel with this term. This term will cancel with this. At last all the terms will get cancelled. Here we are left with 0 is equals to, here we have minus 1 power of n, minus 1 power of n, minus 1 power of n, minus 1 power of n. So take minus 1 power of n common, then we are left with a power of n plus a1 a power of n minus 1 plus a2 a power of n minus 2 and so on up to an. Now if I equate this to 0, then I'll have a power of n plus a1 a power of n minus 1 plus a2 power of n minus 2 plus and so on, it will be an. Now look at here, this lambda power of n determinant. See here we have lambda power of n, a1 lambda power of n minus 1. So these two are equal. This equation is equals to this equation. So from this we can say that every square matrix A will satisfy its characteristic equation. This equation is obtained from characteristic equation. See here we have a minus lambda I determinant equal to 0. So that value is this. We know that a minus lambda I determinant equal to 0. We have taken this determinant as minus 1 power of n into lambda power of n plus a1 lambda power of n minus 1 plus a2 lambda power of n minus 2 and so on up to an equal to 0. See here, compare this equation. If I put, or I can say replace the scalar lambda by a matrix A, then this will become a power of n a1 a power of n minus 1 plus a2 a power of n minus 2 plus and so on up to an. Now compare these two equations. These two equations are same. So from now we can say that every square matrix A will satisfy its characteristic equation. This is the characteristic equation. Replacing lambda by A in the above equation, then we'll get the matrix form. So this is the end. Here, this is the end of the proof of Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Now see the application of Cayley-Hamilton theorem. First application is to find the higher powers of matrix A. If in the question, if he is asking us to find out a power of 5, a power of 4, a power of 8 or a power of 9, then this Cayley-Hamilton theorem is very useful for finding higher powers of the matrix A. Another application is to find the inverse of matrix A from the characteristic equation. So these two application we will see by example question in the next class.